Official has this to say, quote, Mr. Obama has used every tool in his toolbox to try to advance his agenda, and that includes meeting with, talking with, dining with, and negotiating with lawmakers of both parties. Let's get some reaction here from Jonah Goldberg, editor-at-large for the National Review, a frequent critic of the Obama administration, and a Fox News contributor. It was not that long ago, in fact, I believe it was April 19th, that Jonah wrote an editorial very much like this for the National Review about the president's powers of persuasion and how they sometimes come up lacking. So, Jonah, what do you think about it? Is Mr. Obama not using the bully pulpit to his full advantage?
Well, I mean, he's using the bully pulpit. I just don't think he's very good at it. This is something that I think a lot of people in the Obama White House and Obama himself have a really hard time grasping, is that for his entire presidency, particularly his first year, David Axelrod and Obama's advisors thought the answer to every problem was more cowbell. Give another big speech, rally the American people. They did it when his approval ratings were high. They do it when his approval ratings are low. And it never worked. People forget he gave about 52 speeches on Obamacare alone in his first year in office. And he never made the thing popular. Not once. He gave 2 essentially State of the Union addresses on it. Not once did he make the thing popular. It's still not popular. He got that thing passed not because it was popular, not because he roused the will of the American people, but because he threw in a whole bunch of shady backroom deals and had Nancy Reid and Nancy Pelosi and Harry Reid twist arms. And whenever he thinks he can take his issue to the American people, it doesn't work. And the theory was after the election, okay, maybe what was missing was some organization, be more of a community organizer. And that's why he started Organizing for Action. And their first priority was this background checks bill. And they face planted even before they could get a real vote on it.
In your piece the other day, you wrote that the only populist mass movement on domestic policy issues that Obama can claim credit for is creating the Tea Party, which you think we can all agree is not what he had in mind.
That's right. I mean, the Obama people, starting with Obama himself, think that they need to bring change to Washington. That's what Obama always says. The change needs to come from you outside of Washington. And I think some of this is partly just an excuse that he doesn't like to dirty himself by doing the hard work of cutting deals, schmoozing people on Capitol Hill, doing outreach and all of that. Instead, he thinks he should be coming down from Olympus and rousing American people. And the only time, he's ever actually created anything like a mass movement wasn't Occupy Wall Street. It was the Tea Parties, which were sort of an antibody reaction to Obamacare and the bailouts.
Kind of interesting. Well, John, let me just throw this up, because
sure.
we have a Fox News poll that's kind of interesting. When asked where the president seems to be essentially falling down on the job the most, his worst issues regarding his job performance, the American people said 51% disapprove of his immigration plans, 56% disapprove of his gun control plans, and 61% disapprove of the way he's handling the federal deficit. Those are 3 of the 4 big issues facing the government right now, maybe save the Boston events.
That's right. And I mean, it sort of goes to point out that this idea that he can move the American people to his side by being so persuasive and so charismatic is hard to do when you are underwater in the polls on all of the items on your agenda. Again, it's a sort of a more cowbell strategy, this idea that if we just do what we've been doing even louder, sort of like the ugly American who thinks foreigners will understand what they're saying if you just speak English louder. He thinks that if he just says what he believes over and over again, he'll move the American people to his side. And it doesn't work. And it was kind of funny. Remember, after the 2010 election, President Obama tried to basically take credit for the Tea Parties. He was saying they're part of the same forces of change that elected me. He kind of has a thumbless grasp of where the American people are on a lot of political issues and the mood of the country.
Forces of change, but probably not many votes his way. Jonah Goldberg, thank you.
Great to be here. Thank you.
Well, a building collapse killed